I believed love could survive anything. Every late night at work, every canceled vacation, every promise I kept convinced me that my marriage was strong. I loved Olivia more than I loved myself. Looking back, I can finally admit I ignored too many warning signs because I was afraid of what the truth might cost. Can you come to the hospital? Olivia asked over the phone. What happened? I'll explain when you get here. Please hurry. The fear in my chest erased every question. I drove as fast as I could. When I arrived, Olivia grabbed my hand. Thank you for coming. Are you hurt? No. Then who's sick? Olivia avoided my eyes. Come with me. Olivia led me into a private office where a man in a white coat stood beside several medical files. I'm Dr. Victor Hayes, Dr. Victor Hayes said. Please have a seat. I frowned. What's going on? Dr. Victor Hayes folded both hands. This is difficult to explain. Then explain it. Olivia whispered. Please stay calm. My heartbeat quickened. Dr. Victor Hayes cleared Dr. Victor Hayes's throat. Daniel Brooks has a rare heart disease. I blinked. Daniel Brooks. Olivia nodded slowly. My first love. The room suddenly felt colder. I forced a smile. I thought Daniel Brooks disappeared years ago. Daniel Brooks came back, Olivia answered quietly. And Daniel Brooks is dying. I looked between both faces. I'm sorry Daniel Brooks is sick, but why am I here? Dr. Victor Hayes opened a folder. Your medical records show remarkable compatibility. Compatibility for what? A possible heart donation. I laughed because the words sounded impossible. That's a joke. Nobody laughed. My smile disappeared. You're serious. Dr. Victor Hayes nodded once. The testing is dangerous, but necessary. I stared at Olivia. You brought me here for this. Olivia squeezed my arm. Please listen. I am listening. Olivia inhaled deeply. Daniel Brooks deserves a chance. I pulled my arm away. So do I. I know. Do you? Silence answered me. Dr. Victor Hayes spoke again. We're only asking for testing. I asked quietly. Testing that could lead where? Dr. Victor Hayes hesitated. If medical science made transplantation possible. Olivia finished the sentence. I would want Daniel Brooks to live. I froze. The words echoed inside my head. You mean? Olivia looked directly at me. I would choose Daniel Brooks. I searched Olivia's face, hoping for regret. There was none. I whispered, You're asking me to die. Olivia shook Olivia's head. I'm asking you to help. Help. My voice cracked. You call this helping? I'm desperate. And I'm your husband. I know. No. I shook my head. You don't. Tears filled my eyes. I spent years building our life. Olivia remained silent. I worked overtime. Silence. I skipped seeing my family. Nothing. I believed every promise. Still nothing. Finally I asked, Did you ever love me? Olivia looked away. I cared about you. The answer hurt more than any scream could. I didn't ask whether you cared. Another long silence followed. Dr. Victor Hayes shifted uncomfortably. Perhaps everyone needs time. I turned toward Dr. Victor Hayes. Did Dr. Victor Hayes know Olivia was married before asking this? Yes. And Dr. Victor Hayes still agreed? My responsibility is saving lives. What about mine? No answer came. Someone knocked softly. A nurse entered carrying paperwork. I'm sorry to interrupt. Our eyes met for a brief second. The badge read Nurse Emma Reed. Nurse Emma Reed looked from my face to Olivia's. Everything about Nurse Emma Reed's expression changed. Concern replaced professionalism. Nurse Emma Reed quietly placed the papers on the desk. If anyone needs anything, I'll be outside. The door closed. I whispered. Even Nurse Emma Reed looks horrified. Olivia rubbed Olivia's forehead. This isn't easy. It seems very easy for you. I don't want anyone to die. But Olivia is willing to let me. Olivia started crying. I don't know what else to do. I reached into my briefcase. Olivia frowned. What are you doing? I removed a folded envelope. Months earlier, during a terrible argument, Olivia had thrown divorce papers onto our kitchen table. Maybe we should end this, Olivia had said that night. I never signed them. Until now. I placed the papers on the desk. Dr. Victor Hayes looked confused. Olivia's eyes widened. No. I picked up the pen. Please don't. You already made your choice. I wasn't thinking. You were. I signed every page without rushing. My hand stayed steady. I slid the papers toward Olivia. You wanted Daniel Brooks. Olivia reached for my hand. I want to explain. There isn't anything left to explain. Olivia cried harder. Please. I stood. My heart isn't yours anymore. Without another word, I walked to the door. Nurse Emma Reed stood outside. Nurse Emma Reed quietly said, "I'm sorry." I nodded once. "So am I." Then I walked away, leaving my marriage behind before anyone could say another word. I drove without knowing where I wanted to go. My hands kept shaking on the steering wheel until my phone rang. "Answer," Ryan Mitchell said the moment I picked up. "You sound terrible. I need somewhere to stay. My apartment is open. Just come. I don't want to be a burden. You were there for me in college. Now let me return the favor. I'll be there soon." Ryan Mitchell welcomed me with a hug instead of questions. "You look exhausted." "I feel worse." Ryan Mitchell handed me a cup of coffee. "Sit down." I sat quietly. Ryan Mitchell finally asked, "What happened?" "My wife asked me to die for another man." Ryan Mitchell stared at me. "Say that again." "My wife wanted my heart to save Daniel Brooks." Ryan Mitchell slowly shook Ryan Mitchell's head. I knew something was wrong with Olivia Carter, but not this. I signed the divorce papers. Ryan Mitchell smiled sadly. "That was the smartest decision you've made in years." "It doesn't feel smart." "It will." "I wasted so much time." "You survived. That's what matters." The next morning, Ryan Mitchell drove me to a law office. "I want you to meet someone." A woman greeted us with a calm smile. "I'm Sophia Bennett." I shook Sophia Bennett's hand. "Ryan Mitchell says you're the best." "I prefer honest over best." Ryan Mitchell laughed. "That's exactly why I brought Ethan Carter here." Sophia Bennett invited us inside. "I've reviewed the basic information Ryan Mitchell sent. I only want a fair divorce," I said. Sophia Bennett looked directly at me. "Fair depends on whether Olivia Carter has been honest." "I don't know anymore." "Then let's find out." Sophia Bennett opened a notebook. "Do I have permission to investigate every shared financial account?" "Yes." "Every investment?" "Yes." "Every property record?" "Yes." "I'll start immediately." 3 days later, my phone rang again. "Ethan Carter," Sophia Bennett said. "You need to come here." "Is something wrong?" "Very wrong." I reached the office within 20 minutes. Sophia Bennett spread several documents across the desk. "Look carefully." I frowned. "These are bank transfers. They came from your accounts." "I never approved them." "I know." "Where did the money go?" Sophia Bennett pointed towards several names. "Accounts connected to Daniel Brooks." I felt my stomach tighten. "How much?" "More than $200,000. I couldn't speak. Sophia Bennett continued. "Most transfers happened over the last 18 months. My wife stole from me. Legally, that's exactly what happened." I covered my face. I trusted Olivia Carter with everything. I believe that. "What happens now?" "We document every transaction." "I don't want revenge." Sophia Bennett nodded. "Good." I looked up. "You're surprised?" "I'm relieved." "Why?" "People make emotional mistakes after betrayal." "I've already made enough." Sophia Bennett smiled. "Then we'll focus on protecting your future." That evening, another unknown number appeared on my phone. "Hello. This is Nurse Emma Reed." I immediately recognized the voice. "Is everything okay?" I shouldn't call, but I couldn't stay silent. "What do you mean? Can we meet somewhere public?" "Yes." An hour later, we sat inside a quiet cafe. Nurse Emma Reed looked around carefully. "I don't have much time." "You sounded worried." "I am." "What happened?" Nurse Emma Reed lowered Nurse Emma Reed's voice. "Daniel Brooks is seriously ill." "I know, but not the way Olivia Carter described." I leaned forward. "Explain." "The illness is real." I never doubted that. But Olivia Carter exaggerated several details. "What kind of details?" "The urgency. The compatibility. The certainty." I stared silently. Nurse Emma Reed continued. "Nobody can promise your heart would save Daniel Brooks. Then why pressure me?" "I believe Olivia Carter wanted guilt to control your decision." I closed my eyes. "I can't believe this. There is more." My chest tightened. "What else?" Dr. Victor Hayes ignored important ethical concerns. "Why?" Nurse Emma Reed hesitated. "Dr. Victor Hayes has long-standing connections with Daniel Brooks's wealthy family." "You mean favoritism?" "I can't prove every motive. But I watched rules bend that shouldn't bend." I whispered, "Thank you for telling me. I couldn't watch an innocent person lose everything. You already helped more than anyone else." Nurse Emma Reed smiled gently. "Promise me something." "What?" "Don't destroy yourself trying to punish Olivia Carter." "I wanted revenge yesterday. And today? Today I want peace." Nurse Emma Reed nodded. "Keep choosing that." After returning to Ryan Mitchell's apartment, Ryan Mitchell looked at me. You learned something. I learned almost my entire marriage was built on lies. What now? I took a deep breath. I'm done chasing people who never valued me. Ryan Mitchell smiled. So what's the plan? I'll finish the divorce. And then, I'll rebuild my life. Ryan Mitchell raised a coffee mug. That's the best decision you've made. I raised mine. Not revenge. No. Not hate. No. Just a better future. For the first time since leaving the hospital, I believed that future was finally possible. I hardly recognized my own life after several months. Every morning felt lighter than the last. Ryan Mitchell stood beside me while I built a consulting business from nothing, and every small success reminded me that my future no longer depended on Olivia Carter. Ryan Mitchell looked around my new office. Not bad. I still can't believe this place belongs to me. It belongs to the man who refused to quit. I smiled. I almost did. But you didn't. Sophia Bennett walked inside carrying several folders. I brought good news. Ryan Mitchell laughed. I like hearing those words. Sophia Bennett handed me the papers. Your business registration is complete. I shook Sophia Bennett's hand. Thank you. You earned it. Ryan Mitchell grinned. So, when do we celebrate? When the first client signs. The office phone rang before I finished speaking. I answered. Good morning. A client replied. I'd like to schedule a consultation. I covered the receiver. Looks like today. Ryan Mitchell raised both hands. I knew it. After the meeting ended successfully, Sophia Bennett smiled. You looked confident. I wasn't. You sounded confident. Maybe that's enough. It usually is. Days turned into weeks, and my calendar filled with appointments instead of painful memories. Then my phone vibrated. Olivia Carter. I stared at the screen until the call ended. Another call followed immediately. I answered. What do you want? Ethan Carter, please don't hang up. I'm listening. I miss you. You miss what I gave you. No. Then what? I miss us. There hasn't been an us for a long time. I made terrible mistakes. I know. I was scared. So you asked me to die? I wasn't thinking clearly. You were thinking about Daniel Brooks. Silence filled the call. Finally, Olivia Carter whispered, Please forgive me. I already chose peace. Does that mean you'll come home? No. The line stayed quiet. Then I ended the call. Ryan Mitchell looked at me. Olivia Carter again. Yes. How do you feel? Sad. Only sad. And free. Ryan Mitchell nodded. That's progress. A week later, Sophia Bennett entered my office carrying fresh documents. I thought you'd want to know. What happened? The hospital started an internal investigation. Against Dr. Victor Hayes? Yes. Why now? Nurse Emma Reed officially reported unethical decisions. I leaned back slowly. So the truth finally matters. It usually arrives late. What happens next? We wait. Several days passed before another message appeared. Please meet me once. Olivia Carter. I ignored it. Another message arrived. I need 5 minutes. Then another. I'm outside your office. I looked through the window. Olivia Carter stood beside the entrance with red eyes. Ryan Mitchell sighed. You can't hide forever. I know. I walked outside. Olivia Carter immediately stepped forward. Thank you. Say what you came to say. I'm sorry. I've heard that. I mean it. I believe you. Hope appeared across Olivia Carter's face. You do? Yes. Then come back. No. The hope disappeared. I don't understand. I believe the apology. Then why? Because trust didn't survive. Tears rolled down Olivia Carter's cheeks. Fear changed me. No. I shook my head. Fear revealed you. I loved you. Not enough. I can change. You should. For us. For yourself. Olivia Carter covered Olivia Carter's face. Daniel Brooks is getting worse. I remained silent. The treatments aren't working. I slowly nodded. I'm sorry Daniel Brooks is suffering. That's all. What else do you expect? I thought you'd hate Daniel Brooks. I don't. You don't. I hate betrayal. Olivia Carter cried harder. I ruined everything. You did. I never wanted this ending. Neither did I. Can we at least be friends? I smiled sadly. No. Olivia Carter looked down. I understand. I hope you eventually do. I walked back inside without looking behind me. Later that evening, my phone rang again. Sophia Bennett sounded unusually serious. I received another update. What now? Dr. Victor Hayes has been suspended during the investigation. I closed my eyes. So Nurse Emma Reed's report mattered. It certainly did. Will Dr. Victor Hayes lose everything? I don't know. I don't want revenge. I know. I just wanted the truth. The truth is finally catching up. After ending the call, I sat quietly until Ryan Mitchell entered. You've been thinking. I expected revenge would feel satisfying. And it doesn't. What does? I looked around the office I had built. This. Ryan Mitchell smiled. Your own life. My own choices. My own future. Ryan Mitchell placed a hand on my shoulder. Karma works best without our help. I laughed softly. I finally believed that. Before leaving for the night, I checked my phone one last time. No new messages. No desperate calls. Only tomorrow's appointments waiting on my calendar. For the first time in years, my future felt more important than my past. And that victory meant more than any revenge ever could. I believed the hardest part of my life was over, but one unanswered question still remained. I needed to hear the truth from Daniel Brooks, not because I wanted revenge, but because I wanted peace that no rumor could ever give me. My phone rang early that morning. Hello? Ethan Carter, a weak voice asked. Yes. This is Daniel Brooks. I stayed silent. Please meet me. Why? I owe you the truth. After a long pause, I answered. Tell me where. An hour later, I entered a quiet hospital room. Daniel Brooks looked weaker than I remembered. Thank you for coming. I almost didn't. I know. I pulled up a chair. What did you want to say? Daniel Brooks looked down. I knew. You knew what? I knew Olivia Carter was manipulating you. I felt my chest tighten. For how long? Almost from the beginning. I closed my eyes. So every visit, every conversation, I understood what Olivia Carter was doing. Why didn't you stop Olivia Carter? Daniel Brooks sighed. Because I was selfish. I waited. I was afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of dying alone. The room became painfully quiet. Daniel Brooks continued. I convinced myself that surviving mattered more than honesty. And now I know I was wrong. I looked directly at Daniel Brooks. You watched my marriage fall apart. Yes. You accepted my suffering. Yes. I'll regret that until my last day. I slowly stood. I don't hate you. Daniel Brooks looked surprised. You don't. I pity you. Tears filled Daniel Brooks's eyes. I deserve that. The hospital door opened. Olivia Carter walked inside. Ethan Carter? I turned slowly. What are you doing here? I came to see Daniel Brooks. Daniel Brooks looked toward Olivia Carter. No. What? You need to hear this too. Olivia Carter frowned. What are you talking about? Daniel Brooks took a slow breath. I knew you manipulated Ethan Carter. Olivia Carter stepped backward. Don't say that. It's true. I only wanted to help. You wanted control. Olivia Carter shook Olivia Carter's head. No. You kept feeding guilt. I was desperate. You destroyed an innocent marriage. I loved you. Daniel Brooks looked away. No. Silence filled the room. You loved a memory. Olivia Carter burst into tears. I gave up everything. You gave up the wrong person. I thought saving you would fix my life. It ruined another life instead. I watched quietly as Olivia Carter collapsed into a chair. I never imagined this ending. Daniel Brooks whispered. Neither did I. Without another word, I walked out. Outside the hospital, Sophia Bennett waited beside the parking lot. You look different. I finally heard everything. And the truth hurts. It usually does. We started walking together. Sophia Bennett smiled gently. Can I ask something? Go ahead. When will you stop living inside this pain? I looked ahead. I don't know. You survived. I did. You built a business. Yes. You rebuilt your confidence. Slowly. Then why keep carrying yesterday? I didn't answer immediately. Sophia Bennett stopped walking. Happiness isn't betrayal. I know. Choosing yourself isn't selfish. I've never been good at that. You can learn. I smiled. I think I finally want to. Later that evening, Ryan Mitchell invited me for dinner. Ryan Mitchell noticed my expression immediately. You finally spoke with Daniel Brooks. Yes. Did it help? It ended the questions. Ryan Mitchell nodded. Good. I expected anger. And I mostly felt sadness. Ryan Mitchell poured coffee into 2 cups. That's because you're healing. I hope so. Ryan Mitchell raised the cup. Surviving betrayal isn't about winning. What is it about? Choosing peace every single day. I clinked my cup against Ryan Mitchell's. I'll remember that. The following afternoon, someone knocked on my office door. Olivia Carter entered quietly. This will be my last visit. I remained seated. What do you need? I need one answer. I'm listening. Can you ever forgive me? I looked into Olivia Carter's tired eyes. I already forgive you. Hope appeared again. Really? Yes. Then can we start over? I gently shook my head. I don't understand. Forgiveness and reconciliation aren't the same. Olivia Carter stared silently. I forgave you because I refuse to carry hate. But you won't come back. No. Why? Because trust died. Olivia Carter lowered Olivia Carter's head. I deserve that. I hope you find peace. What about you? I smiled honestly. I already have. Olivia Carter slowly walked toward the door. Before leaving, Olivia Carter whispered, "Goodbye, Ethan Carter." "Goodbye, Olivia Carter." The door closed softly behind Olivia Carter. I looked through the window at the clear evening sky and realized I wasn't watching my past disappear anymore. I was finally watching my future begin, and for the first time in years, I truly felt free. Months passed quietly, and I no longer counted the days since my divorce. I measured time by new clients, peaceful mornings, and nights without regret. My life finally felt like it belonged to me instead of my painful memories. One afternoon, Sophia Bennett called. "Are you busy? I just finished a meeting. I have news." "What happened?" "The investigation is over." I already knew what Sophia Bennett meant. And Dr. Victor Hayes lost Dr. Victor Hayes's medical license. I closed my eyes. So it's final. Yes. The board confirmed multiple ethical violations. I let out a slow breath. I don't feel happy. You don't sound disappointed either. I'm relieved. That's healthier. What happens to Dr. Victor Hayes now? I don't know. I hope Dr. Victor Hayes learns something. I hope so too. After ending the call, I looked through my office window. Justice had arrived without my help. A week later, my phone rang again. Ryan Mitchell spoke softly. "I need to tell you something." "What is it?" "Daniel Brooks passed away this morning." I stayed silent. "Are you okay?" "I don't know." Daniel Brooks accepted responsibility before the end. I heard. "Will you attend the funeral?" I thought for several seconds. Yes. The funeral was quiet. I stood near the back without drawing attention. Olivia Carter stood alone beside the casket. Nobody stood beside Olivia Carter. Nobody offered comfort. After the service ended, Olivia Carter slowly walked toward me. "I didn't expect you. I came to say goodbye." Olivia Carter nodded. Daniel Brooks apologized until the very end. I believe that. I wish everything had been different. So do I. I've learned regret lasts longer than happiness built on lies. I looked gently at Olivia Carter. "I hope you keep moving forward." "I'll try." "You have to." Olivia Carter looked at the flowers surrounding the casket. "I lost everyone. You still have your future. It doesn't feel like enough. It never does at first." Olivia Carter wiped away fresh tears. "Thank you for coming." I nodded once before quietly leaving. Several days later, Nurse Emma Reed invited me to lunch. "I have something worth celebrating." "What happened?" "The hospital recognized my report." I smiled. "Congratulations." I almost stayed silent. "I'm glad you didn't." "The hospital also changed several policies. So future patients are safer." "Exactly." I raised my glass. "That's something worth celebrating." Nurse Emma Reed laughed. "I was hoping you'd say that. You saved more people than you realize." "I only did what was right. That's why it matters." Life continued moving forward. My business kept growing faster than I expected. One evening, Ryan Mitchell entered my office carrying a cake. "What is this?" "A celebration." "For what?" "You signed your 100th client." I laughed. "I forgot." "You always forget your victories." Ryan Mitchell placed the cake on my desk. "Not tonight." Sophia Bennett arrived a few minutes later. "I almost missed the party." Ryan Mitchell grinned. "Perfect timing." We spent hours talking and laughing. For the first time in years, I forgot pain completely. When Ryan Mitchell finally left, Sophia Bennett remained behind. I wanted a moment alone. I smiled. "That sounds serious." "It is." I waited quietly. Sophia Bennett took a deep breath. "I need to tell you something." "I'm listening." "I've slowly fallen in love with you." I blinked. Sophia Bennett quickly continued. "I'm not asking for an answer today." I stayed silent. "I admired your strength." Sophia Bennett smiled nervously. "Not because you sacrificed everything." I listened carefully. "I admired the way you rebuilt yourself." My heart felt strangely calm. I never expected to hear that. "I know." I was afraid to say it. "What changed?" "You finally look happy." I smiled. "I am." Sophia Bennett looked into my eyes. "If there's no place for me, I'll respect that." I reached across the table. "There is." Sophia Bennett looked surprised. There is. Yes. I'm still healing. I understand. But healing doesn't mean my heart stopped working. A tear rolled down Sophia Bennett's cheek. I can wait. You don't have to. I gently held Sophia Bennett's hand. I want to see where this path leads. Sophia Bennett laughed through happy tears. I was hoping you'd say that. As we walked outside together, I realized losing my marriage had actually saved my life. I had spent years trying to give my heart to people who never truly valued it. Now I understood something far more important. My heart was never meant to be sacrificed for someone else's selfish choices. My heart deserved honesty. My heart deserved respect. Most importantly, my heart deserved a future filled with peace instead of betrayal. As I looked ahead with hope instead of fear, I finally understood that true justice was never revenge. True justice was refusing to let betrayal define the rest of my life forever.